You've never seen a superhero movie this brutal. The once fearsome Wolverine had become a washed-up Uber driver. At 197 years old, he wore reading glasses and limped when he walked. His steel claws had rusted over, he had to pull them out himself. The once omniscient Professor X had become a raving old man, suffering from dementia and muscular degeneration. Even more terrifying, a year ago Professor X had a sudden attack at the school. When his immense psychic power went haywire, he killed 7 X-Men on the spot and injured 600 civilians nearby. Since then, only he and Wolverine were left, barely hanging on. The elderly Professor X had frequent seizures. Every time one hit, everyone around him would be seized by his mind and convulse simultaneously. So Wolverine had to rely on sedatives to prevent the professor's episodes. No new mutants had been born in 25 years. The mutants of the past were either dead or missing, and the few survivors had become pariahs. To avoid being hunted down by humans, they had no choice but to live in hiding. At some point, Wolverine started carrying an adamantium bullet in his pocket, his failsafe for suicide, because only an adamantium bullet could kill him. Then one day, a desperate nurse showed up with a girl, begging Wolverine for help. He didn't want to get involved, but soon after, the nurse was tortured to death by an unknown killer, and the little girl disappeared. When Wolverine got home, he found the girl had already appeared beside Professor X. Turns out the professor had used his telepathic abilities to call the girl to his side. Wolverine knew immediately this was trouble. Sure enough, a heavily armed squad showed up. Wolverine tried to escape with the professor by car, but they were too slow. Surrounded, the mercenaries outnumbered them, and quickly beat Wolverine down. They sent another team inside to grab the girl. In the warehouse, she sat quietly eating cereal, completely unafraid of the intruders. The next second, screams echoed from inside. When the little girl walked out alone, the men outside were paralyzed with fear. They tried to grab her but were met with a pair of claws extending from her small hands. Several mercenaries dropped dead. After the fight, the well-armed adults finally managed to capture the little girl.